Good morning, guys. It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, hump day. Pretty excited to be here today. Kind of gloomy outside, though, a little bit. I bet y'all remember what to do in this situation when you have a whole number out in front of a parentheses. And here we know that's a binomial now. And we know that there's a property that we should use to multiply that constant times a binomial, and it's called the distributive property. We remember that when we have that, we're going to distribute that 3 inside those parentheses, and we're going to end up with 9x plus 6. Okay, so we're going to now take that one step further today, and we're going to really work on multiplying a monomial times a binomial or trinomial. Okay, so I'm going to pause here for a second. Now you can see here we have a monomial, 1 term, times a binomial, 2 terms. Okay, so we are going to now distribute. We are multiplying that monomial times this binomial, and we're going to distribute that inside the parentheses. In between that 5x and the parentheses, we know that there's a multiplication. We just don't show it. Okay, so a monomial and then in a binomial in parentheses, no other sign, no addition or subtraction. We're going to multiply that. Okay, so 5x times 3x. Okay, this goes back to, and I'm not going to have you rewrite this every time. It's going to look like that, plus 5 times 2 times x. Okay, if we remember our rules in multiplying exponents, okay, we're going to multiply those constants out in front and get 15. What do we do here? Well, that's 1 x to the first, x to the first. What do we do to those? We add those two together, x squared. Okay, 1 plus 1. Okay, I didn't mean to put a plus there. 1 plus 1. Okay, so we're going to add the exponents together. Okay, here we get now the same operation, which was addition. 5 times 2 is 10 times x. So we've now distributed that 5x inside the parentheses. And we end up with 15x squared plus 10x. Okay, here's a third problem. Now we have a monomial times a, what do we call that? 3 terms, a trinomial. So we're going to take a monomial, and we're going to multiply it by a trinomial, or multiply it to a trinomial. So even though it's a trinomial, I still need to distribute my 3x inside to every single term. Okay, if this was, I'm going to change this one to a subtraction. Subtract 4x and see what that does to the end result. Okay, so I'm not going to rewrite an expanded form. I'm going to use my multiplying exponent rules. 3 times 6 is 18. X times x to the second power. We add the exponents. 1 plus 2, x to the third. Okay, I'm going to keep the same operation, minus 3 times 4 is 12, x to the first times x to the first. We add those two exponents, x to the second. Okay, this one does not have an x value, so we're going to take 3 times 5 is 15. Same operation, 15x. Okay, so we're going to start off here tomorrow. We're going to look at some problems that are a little bit tougher. We're going to take and multiply binomials times a binomial. That's tomorrow. Okay, but for right now, let's just go a little practice in the distributive property. What we've already done, we already know. We've done some of these, but the one things we haven't done is we haven't distributed using exponents. So we're going to practice that today. Okay, your assignment will be on Google Classroom along with this video. See you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.